Would you like to have a more comprehensive knowledge of what you're actually playing and open up a whole range of new possibilities? Well, learning the notes of your fretboard and your musical alphabet will do just that. You can get by without knowing this, but trust me, once you learn it, it just changes everything. Hi, I'm Bree, your teacher here at You and Bree Music Tutorials. In music, we use letters to name our notes. We don't use all the letters of the alphabet though. We only use the first 7, A to G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. When it gets to G, it repeats again. A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G, and on. Until it's so high or low that you can't hear it anymore. When we go up the alphabet, we go up in pitch. If we reverse the order and go G to A, every letter you go down in pitch. Although these 7 letters are the only letters that we use to name notes, there are actually 12 notes, and the extra notes that are in between are known as sharps and flats, and they look like this. But the sharps and flats aren't between all notes. We're going to focus on sharps first. So we do have sharps after most notes, but not after B and not after E. You can just remember the word B, B-E, to try to remember this, or I like to think of the song Let It Be, but I change the lyrics. I say B and E. B and E, B and E, B and E, oh B and E. There are no sharps that come after B or E. If that works for you. So there's a sharp after every other letter though. So we have A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp back to A. What that sounds like on your ukulele, if we start on our A string closest to our toes, and we go up 1 fret, which is known as a half step in music. We have A, next one, A sharp, next one, B. Now that was our note without a sharp after, so we go straight to C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Now whenever you get to the 12th fret, it's going to be the exact same note as your open fret. And that's called an octave. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Now you can do this on any string, it doesn't have to start on A. So let's start with C, our string second closest to our nose. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. This is called our chromatic scale, when you play from one note to the next and play just half steps, playing each natural and sharp note. So the note I started on was C, so that was the C chromatic scale. When I played on the A, that was the A chromatic scale. If I played on my E string, that's an E chromatic scale. Now right now I'm using 1 finger, but here's an exercise for you. Exercise 1 for this video. See if you can use your 4 fingers and also name your strings. Let's do it on the G string though, because we haven't named those notes yet. G, G sharp, A sharp, B, move your whole hand up, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. It's just a way to get a bit of extra finger strength as well as naming your notes. Now talking about flats. Flats are basically the opposite. So rather than A, go up to A sharp. If we had A and we went down a fret, we would have A flat. Or let's think about B. So if we had B and we go down 1 fret, we would have B flat. So I had A sharp, B. But you're probably wondering, but wasn't that A sharp? It was. It's known as A sharp, but it's also known as B flat. So every sharp has an alternative name or an equal flat. Every flat has an alternative name, an equal sharp. It depends on the key signature as to which you play in a piece, what you call it, but that's for an entirely other lesson. Today, as long as you can locate them, that's great. The musical alphabet exists across all instruments. So whether you're playing guitar, ukulele, mandolin, keyboard, it's the same notes. So exercise 1, we did ascending notes, moving from our nut towards our sound hole, going up in pitch. Exercise 2, we'll do a descending chromatic scale. So you can start right up at your 12th fret and see if you can name and play those notes backwards. We'll start on the G string because it's probably a little easier to start on mentally. G, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, B flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G. I have some printouts that might help you that are available on both my Instagram and Facebook pages. If you want to check them out, I'll put a link in the description below. It can help to have a nice visual to play along to and read the notes as you play. Exercise 3 is using the chromatic scale to move across the strings. So for this, the first knowledge you need to know is that when we get up to E on our C string, it's actually the same as your next string. This can be handy to know if you're tuning by ear as well. So that's where E is the same, where the 5th fret of the E string is the same as the A string below. So E and A. So to play our C chromatic scale, we start on C, we play C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Now I move to the 1st fret of my E string for the next note, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. Now I could go all the way up to 5th fret on the A, but that's not comfortable, so I'm going to play open A sharp, B, C. So C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. And you can move back. C, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E, D, E flat, D, D flat, C. C chromatic scale. If you haven't already, don't forget to click subscribe so you don't miss any future lessons. I'll be putting extra playlists on the links here in the end screens that I think will be great for you to keep on learning.